It's another episode of Mad as a Goat. Now today I'm talking about older people and computers. My God, all of us, everyone in my generation has had that moment where they're dealing with like an uncle and auntie, a parent or something at the computer, and they've done something that's ridiculously stupid, and no matter how many times you tell them, don't repeat that action, don't click on pop-ups, don't click on shit if it says it's got a virus, they keep doing it because of course they know more about computers than you do, because their generation didn't grow up with computers and weren't taught about them in school. So of course, with less information, they must know more. It's the most frustrating thing ever. Like, I don't know how many times I've fixed my auntie's computer and I keep telling her if things pop up randomly, it's bullshit. Okay, if a window pops up and says your computer has 600 trillion viruses and you did not prompt that to come up, you didn't ask for it to be scanned, it just did it randomly, that is what we call a pop-up, okay? Happens randomly, it's a pop-up. If your computer starts acting weird once you've opened something, it probably has a virus or some sort of malware. But you can't tell them shit. They think they know more about everything. And look, for most things your elders do know more. Life experience, you know, and shit like that. That's theirs. But computers is ours. Our generation and even most of Gen X know more about computers than any elder out there. I'm sorry. Okay, you didn't grow up with it, you weren't taught about it, you just don't fucking know. And one thing that a lot of parents get scammed on is those, you know, those filters to stop your kids going to dirty sites and shit. I hate to tell you this, I don't care if you spent $500 on that filter, your child is gonna figure out a way around it. The only way you can stop your child from looking at dirty shit on the internet is doing something that is called parenting, where you monitor what they're doing. Don't just fuck off from the computer and expect them not to open up X videos and look at the most disturbing porn that's ever been made. It will happen. Kids are, you know, inquisitive. They go on Google and they're like, what does that mean? Let's click on it. Oh my God, that lady's farting on a cake and then shitting on it. This is awesome. You know, kids are weird. They can't help it. They like to click on things and find out how the world works. So the only way to stop your child from seeing fucked up shit on the internet is to be a parent and monitor what they're doing. Don't walk out of the room, okay, you lazy shit. Sit there with your child when they're on the internet. I get so annoyed, like that whole Amanda Todd thing. The reason why it annoys me, okay, apparently it all started because this young lass posted her breast on the internet for someone who asked for a picture of her breast. My only thing is, where the fuck were the parents? This child is 13 years old. I would not let a fucking 14-year-old go on the internet without any sort of supervision. I'm not gonna put a filter there and expect them not to get around it, because they fucking will. Come on, parents, don't be so fucking lazy. Laptops, that's what most kids of our generation grew up with, laptops or a desktop. Okay, if it's a desktop, set that shit up in the lounge room. You can watch what they're doing. They're not going to be able to post their genitals on the internet if you're there watching them. I mean, it's fucking crazy. The parents are like, we don't know how this happened. Why would she do that? She's a 13-year-old girl. They don't think like an adult does. So when someone gives them a suggestion, hell, they're gonna go for it, alright? And now look what happened. Now that girl is dead. Because the parents were too fucking lazy. And yes, I put that on them. Fuck them, alright? I get so pissed off with parents that are just lazy when it comes to computers. Firstly, they don't know shit about computers, as I mentioned at the start of the rant. And secondly, they expect the technology to monitor itself. Here's something you need to know about computers. They do not have a brain, they do not think. Okay, so they don't care if it's a fucking 9-year-old sitting at the computer doesn't know. So it's not going to be able to block all the harmful shit that your child should not be looking at. Even the best filters that are out there, when used correctly and the child doesn't know how to get around them, will still let some really fucked up shit slide just because it's a computer and the internet is constantly evolving. I don't care how good the fucking filter is. Be a parent and monitor your fucking child. It shits me. I'm never having kids. Never gonna have them. It's not gonna happen. I'm not that guy with the picket fence and the wife at the end of his life. I'm that guy with the rope and a stool hanging from the roof, alright? That's real, right? But still, I have enough responsibility to tell people, like, for fuck's sake, stop being lazy. With the laptop, they can only use it when you're there. With the desktop, have that shit in the lounge room. Don't put it in their bedroom. Like, giving a kid a computer at 12 years old and letting them go off and play on the internet is just fucking dumb. And you expect bad things not to happen? Of course they will. Look at the internet. Pretty much 90% of the internet is completely fucked. Even adults would see some of the shit on the internet and get fucking traumatized by it. So imagine what happens when you leave your child unsupervised on there. I seriously get mad on this, because then the parents turn around and cry when something fucked up happens. How about being a parent? You were there, more willing to conceive the child. You're all cool about fucking the, woman and making the child, and, you're all happy to be around the child when it was a baby. But once the novelty wears off, you just stop giving a fuck? Jesus Christ, you lazy shit. Fuck that shit. Parents and elders and shit like that on computers, they just don't fucking know, they don't think, and they don't care. They just think they know everything. Oh, a filter is perfect. Trend is the best antivirus software in the world. They don't even know the basics. You hear those stories about, like, people having their accounts hacked, like when they're on eBay or some sort of shopping site or whatever, right? And all their money gets taken. Guess what? Never happens to young people. Because we know more. Listen to us. We can tell you what you need to do to stop fucked up shit like that happening. Jesus fuck. It's our generation's technology. Listen to us when it comes to that shit, you dicks. Anyway.